If you get rid of the bad habits I'm gonna give you in this video, your life, my friend, will change like this. And I do not mean that you will stop existing like in the Avengers Infinity War when Thanos snaps his fingers. I'm talking about a total life change. You will be more confident, happy, successful, everything. Does that sound interesting? Then let's start. The first habit that you need to stop is you must stop running away from your fears. Why? Let's define right now the word confidence. What is confidence? Well, confidence is simply the absence of fear. Let me give you some examples. If you're not confident approaching a girl, that's maybe because you are afraid of rejection, you are afraid of public embarrassment, you think the girl will say something crazy. It's just simply fear. If you're afraid of wearing something that you usually don't wear, maybe that's because you are afraid of getting judged by other people. If you're afraid of maybe helping someone that is getting bullied, okay, that's maybe because you are afraid of conflict. So to increase your confidence, you simply have to stop running away from your fears. Instead, we should see all opportunities where we have fear inside us as opportunities to grow. Because if we face our fears face to face, in front of our fears, you do that, you become more confident every single time. So my recommendation is to replace that. Don't run away from your fears. Instead, do every single day something that you're afraid of to become more confident, which is just a simple thing. You must have the courage, okay, to face your fears, but you will feel great after doing it, and every single day more and more confident. And being confident just makes everything in life easier. So don't run away from your fears. That's bad habit number one. The second bad habit that you must stop is don't create, nor in your head, nor on paper, to-do lists that are unrealistic, too large. And why? Because look, if you create a to-do list that is so long that it is unrealistic to finish it, then what will happen at the end of the day? At the end of the day, you will look on your to-do list, you'll be like, damn, I was not able to finish this, and you feel bad about yourself. You think that you're a loser maybe, and it also brings your confidence down. Instead, what you should do is when you create a to-do list for a day, just write down maybe 3, 4, or 5 things that you must do on that day. And after doing these things, you can do whatever you want. You know that you have 24 hours. You just have to do these 3, 4, 5 things. It is much easier. You can spread your willpower for these things and do them. And that increases your confidence because you did them. You did the things. And when you did the things, you feel good about yourself. When you don't do the things, you feel bad about yourself. So don't have a to-do list which is that long. It's too long. Bro, I just tell that for you and also for me because I made the mistakes. Just weeks ago, I did still that mistake. Long to-do lists just kill your confidence because you're not able to do it, and we don't want that. We want to feel more confident. How do we do that? By accomplishing everything that we wrote down that we will do. So don't create long to-do lists, please. Let's not do it together. Just have short to-do lists with important stuff. Let's do them, and then we have the day for whatever we want. We can do that. And now, the third bad habit that you must stop is don't go backwards, okay? With every single action that we take in life during our day, and we take decisions every single day, we either move forward, stay on the same spot, or backwards when we have a goal. The simplest way to explain this is with diet and nutrition. Let's say you want to lose weight, or you want to eat healthy in general. If you eat something healthy, you move forward. If you eat something neutral, well, in my opinion, there is nothing like really neutral, but let's say there's a food that is neutral. If you eat that, you stay on the same place, but if you eat something unhealthy, then you go backwards. And that's what we don't want. When you have a goal, try to go with every single action closer to your goal. Example also with fears, because I'm working on that right now. If you want to face your fears and have more and more courage and develop your confidence, every time, every opportunity that you don't use, when you don't face your fears, for me, that's going backwards. And we want to go forward. Always when we have a goal, go forward, not backwards. That's a bad habit, a simple mindset that we all should change. You too. And the fourth bad habit that we all need to stop if we want to be happy and successful is we should not let pain and pleasure control us. Because look, our brain, and I learned that principle from Anthony Robbins' books, our brain in every single decision that we make wants to create pleasure or avoid pain, or both at the same time. If you just let your mind flow, then what will happen? Your mind will make just decisions on the anticipations with pain and pleasure. So, for example, if you just let your mind flow and your mind decides to not go to the gym today, although your goal is to go to the gym and be disciplined and work out, build muscle, become stronger, whatever, maybe your brain will argue silently inside your head. There is this conflict between pleasure and pain, and the brain decides that you will not go to the gym today because the brain says, hey, it's so painful to go to the gym and work out. It's much more pleasurable to, oh, that was my middle finger. It is much more pleasurable to just stay at home, play a game, or watch a movie. That's how your brain will decide. But what can you do to change that process? You can loudly speak to yourself and say, hey, the opposite, use pain and pleasure. Instead of having pain and pleasure use you. Anthony Robbins says that. Tell yourself, if I don't go to the gym, let's create pain here, then I will feel less and less confident because I will lose muscle, or I will not lose my fat, I will look bad, and whatever. Just create pain inside your head. On the other hand, create pleasure with working out. Tell yourself, hey, if I do it afterwards, I can reward myself with a movie or with a game, and I will have this body. Just imagine it inside of your head, and by creating pleasure and pain inside your head, actively, instead of letting pain and pleasure control you inside your head, you will be disciplined enough to go to the gym, and you will need less willpower because your brain decides that way then, if you create the right pain and pleasure. This is an incredibly powerful principle, and Anthony Robbins says that using pain and pleasure is the secret to be successful in life. Okay, if you don't use pain and pleasure, he says, will use you. It uses most of the people, and that's why we lack discipline and confidence. But this is just an amazing principle that I want to recommend you. I read it in the book Awaken the Giant Within. Here in Germany, where I'm from, the book is called The Power Principle. Let me show you the book. It is this book from Anthony Robbins, and Anthony Robbins looks like this. I hope you can see it. And this book is just full of so many principles, different principles that you can use. It's not just the pain and pleasure principle. It's just giving you advice for any area of your life. And Anthony Robbins, it's a pretty thick book, gives you here so many principles that can totally change your life, make you happier, more successful, disciplined. And the cool thing is, he also says that you cannot use all principles that are in this book. It's just impossible. But you can use principles that work for you. And for me, the pain and pleasure principle just works incredibly well. So I recommend you that principle. And there are also way more principles to program your mind for success and happiness, which is just something that we all want. So I recommend you this book. I bought it on Amazon. I have links for you in the description for Amazon.com, Amazon UK, and Amazon Germany. Just go there and check out the reviews, because the reviews are just amazing. 4.5 stars or 5 stars always, because the book is just amazing. Written by Anthony Robbins in the 1990s, but still a bestseller, just incredible. Check out the reviews, check out the book, get it. In my opinion, it will change your life if you adapt, of course, the stuff, because often we just read books and we don't adapt what is in there. But I read this one and I tried to adapt at least the pain and pleasure principle, because in this book, especially in the beginning, but also during the book, Anthony Robbins really tells you how powerful this principle is. So use this pain and pleasure principle. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, you can do that down here, and you can watch other videos to develop yourself and become the best version of yourself here on the sides. I want to become personally the best version of myself, the most confident version of myself, and I want the same for you. So let's grow together, you and me. Wishing you an incredible day. You are amazing. See you.